Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Looking at the Universe Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new conversation cheat sheet, you'll learn words like star, planet, the moon, and much more. Second, the Daily Conversations Infographic ebook. You'll learn over 100 conversational phrases with this new PDF ebook. Download it now for free. Third, 15 love phrases for Valentine's Day. If you don't know any romantic phrases, then this bonus is for you. You'll learn to say romantic phrases like "you're beautiful," "I have a crush on you," and more. Fourth, can you talk about books in your target language? Learn how to say novel, fiction, fantasy, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. And fifth, 20 must-know words and phrases for taking tests. Learn how to say pass, fail, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Sixth, free audiobooks. Unlock our huge library of language learning audiobooks. Save them to any device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, take the 12-month challenge and get 12 months of Premium or Premium Plus at up to 45% off. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Hi, my name is Brenda Romaniello and I'm your Spanish teacher. And today we're going to have a look at the most important places that you must know when you go and visit a Spanish city. And this city could be either in Latin America or Spain, any country in Latin America, or if you visit Spain, you need to know this vocabulary about cities, yes, about what you can find and see in a city so that you can move around and enjoy your experience to the fullest. So today we're going to have a look at places that you must know how to say in Spanish. Let's start learning or reviewing some vocabulary about this city in Spanish. Repeat after me. El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. El restaurante. El restaurante. El bar. El bar. El hotel. El hotel. El hospital. El hospital. La farmacia. La farmacia. La estación de tren. La estación de tren. La parada del autobús. La parada del autobús. La parada de taxi. La parada de taxi. El banco. El banco. El cajero automático. El cajero automático. That's an ATM. La casa de cambio. La casa de cambio. La agencia de viajes. La agencia de viajes. El mercado. El mercado. El supermercado. El supermercado. La tienda. La tienda. El centro comercial. El centro comercial. La carnicería. La carnicería. So this means the butcher. El aparcamiento. El aparcamiento. El parque. El parque. La plaza. La plaza. La policía. la policía o la estación de policía. La estación de policía. Otra opción, la comisaría. La comisaría. El café. El café. El correo. El correo. La lavandería. La lavandería. La lavandería. La piscina. La piscina. Los baños públicos. Los baños públicos. O el baño. El baño. El cine. El cine. El museo. El museo. La iglesia. La iglesia. Okay, so that's pretty much all the vocabulary that we must know about different places that we need to go or sometimes we need to visit when we are on holidays, when we are visiting a Spanish or Latin American city. So you can ask, for example, if you want to ask where is this place located, we can use this specific phrase in Spanish. You can say this question in Spanish. You can ask, ¿dónde está? And then whatever you are finding or you need to find out. So for example, fill in the blanks. Where is the bathroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? And then the plural form, if you want to say, for example, if you want to use the public bathrooms, in that case you have to say, ¿dónde están los baños públicos? Yes, because here it's in the plural. ¿Dónde están los baños públicos? ¿Dónde está el baño? Where is the bathroom or restroom? Where are the public bathrooms? Let's see if you can remember this vocabulary. ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say the museum in Spanish? El museo. El museo. How do you say the bank in Spanish? El banco. El banco. How do you say the shopping center in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice? El centro comercial. El centro comercial. ¿Cómo se dice the supermarket in Spanish? El supermercado. El supermercado. ¿Cómo se dice the shop in Spanish? La tienda. La tienda. ¿Cómo se dice the restaurant in Spanish? El restaurante. El restaurante. And what about cómo se dice the airport in Spanish? El aeropuerto. El aeropuerto. How do you say the pool in Spanish? La piscina. La piscina. ¿Y cómo se dice the bar in Spanish? El bar. Muy bien. Excelente trabajo. Well done, that was an incredible job. Now, let's see if you can remember all the vocabulary that we talked and we learned before. See if you can fill in the blanks in the following exercises. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Respuestas. El aeropuerto, el restaurante, el bar, el hotel, el hospital, la farmacia, la estación de tren, la parada del autobús, la parada de taxi, Respuestas. El banco, el cajero automático, la casa de cambio, la agencia de viajes, el mercado, el supermercado. Respuestas. La tienda, el centro comercial, la carnicería, el aparcamiento, el parque, la plaza. Respuestas. La estación de policía, el café, el correo, la lavandería, la piscina, los baños públicos o el baño, el cine, el museo, la iglesia. Muy bien, excelente. Now let's have a look at some other vocabulary that you must know in Spanish when you go traveling into a country in Latin America or to Spain. Repite después de mí. El castillo, el castillo, el edificio, el edificio, el palacio, el palacio, el puente, el puente, el teatro, el teatro, el zoológico, el zoológico, el cementerio, el cementerio, la biblioteca, la biblioteca, la catedral, la catedral, la discoteca, la discoteca, la escuela, la escuela, la galería de arte, la galería de arte. Okay, so that is some vocabulary for different places, different things that you can find in a city, in a Spanish country. And I really want to know, did you remember all of these places, how to say all this in Spanish, or did you actually learn a few new ones in this lesson? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next class. Thank you so much for watching. Adiós, hasta luego. Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Hello, welcome to your Spanish class. I'm Brenda Romaniello, your Spanish teacher. Today we're going to have a look at these very essential verbs in Spanish, which are ser, estar, tener, y haber, and haber, to use it for descriptions, to describe things and places in Spanish. These four verbs are extremely essential to the Spanish language, and I really hope that you already know or have seen them, and I'm sure you have before. So we have ser and estar, which mean to be, and we're gonna see a little bit of the difference specifically for descriptions in Spanish. Then we have tener, which means to have, and haber significa, it means to exist or to be there. We're going to use, for example, when we describe places, we're going to use el verbo estar to describe the location, yes, ubicación. And we're gonna use the verbo ser to describe a characteristic of this place. And we're going to use tener and haber to talk about attractions, buildings, places, people, etc. in, for example, a city. So let's have a look at these verbs, what we use them for descriptions, for example, when we want to describe a city or a place, what questions we can use them with, and some examples of when and how we would use them.
Pregunta número 1. So the first question, ¿dónde está la ciudad? Where is the city? ¿Dónde está la ciudad? And then we can talk about the location of where this city that you are describing is. So we're going to start from the center. So center, decimos en español, we say in Spanish, centro. Centro. Then if we go north, we're going to say norte. Norte. Then if we go to the south, we're going to say sur, sur. If we go east, we say in Spanish, este, este. And the opposite, if we go west, we're going to say oeste, oeste. Then, of course, we can have different vocabulary. For example, if you want to say northeast, we are going to say noreste, noreste. Northwest, we say noroeste, noroeste. Then southeast, we say sureste, sureste. And southwest, we're going to say suroeste, suroeste. Es bastante simple. It's pretty simple so far. Let's have a look at some examples. And this is very important because here we're going to have a look at the structure that you have to use to say where the city is located in a specific part of the country. See, for example, Caracas está al norte de Venezuela. Caracas está al norte de Venezuela. So pay attention here that we say al norte. So we have to say al before we talk about the point of reference of where it's located in this country. So, ¿dónde está Caracas? Caracas está al noreste de Venezuela. ¿Dónde está Bogotá? Bogotá está en el centro de Colombia. En el centro de Colombia, ¿sí? In the center of Colombia. ¿Dónde está Sevilla? Where is Sevilla? Sevilla está al sureste de España. So for anything that is not the center, we are going to say al. So we're going to say al sur, al norte, al este, al oeste. And if it's located in the center of a country, then we can say en el centro. Perfecto. So moving on to the next question, pregunta número 2. ¿Cómo es la ciudad? So here, remember, we're going to use el verbo ser for descriptions to describe a city. What is a city like? So we can say es, and let's have a look at some vocabulary. Repeat after me. Grande, grande, pequeña, pequeña. Limpia, limpia, sucia. Sucia is the opposite, right? Bonita, bonita, fea, fea. Es moderna, moderna, antigua, antigua. Ruidosa, ruidosa, tranquila, tranquila. Organizada, organizada, cosmopolita, cosmopolita, multicultural, multicultural, rural, rural. And of course, if you want to say that the city is not something, then you're going to say no es. Okay, puedes decir, por ejemplo, Barcelona es grande o Barcelona no es grande. ¿Sí? Recuerda, ¿sí? This is something very important to remember. Ciudad es de género femenino y en consecuencia los adjetivos también necesitan estar en femenino. So the city in Spanish is, the gender is feminine. So everything that is around it, everything that we use to describe this city, the adjectives, they will have to be in femenino as well. So we have to say, la ciudad es moderna, ¿sí? Teatro, for example, es masculino. Y el adjetivo that we need to use for this, then we have to put it in the masculino form. El teatro es moderno. Okay, so la ciudad es moderna, el teatro es moderno. We have to pay attention to the gender of what we're describing so that we can match it with the adjective. Okay, so you can also ask this question. You can say, ¿cómo es la ciudad? ¿Es grande o pequeña? ¿Es limpia o sucia? ¿Es bonita o fea? As you can see, you can ask these questions. You can use this vocabulary to ask more questions about the city. Is it big or small? Is it clean or dirty? Is it pretty or ugly? Etc. Pregunta número 3. ¿Qué tiene la ciudad? ¿Sí? What does the city have? Well, and remember, you can also negate it with the no before the verb. No tiene, it doesn't have. Y tiene significa it has. So we can say tiene un parque o tiene parques. So it has a park or it has parks. Tiene una plaza o tiene plazas. Yeah, it has a square or it has many squares. Tiene un aeropuerto o aeropuertos. Un aeropuerto. Tiene una estación de tren o tiene estaciones de trenes. Tiene bicicletas públicas. Bicicletas públicas. Tiene un mercado de artesanías. Tiene un mercado de artesanías. ¿Sí? Like a handicraft market. Tiene un mercado de comidas. Tiene un mercado de comida. ¿Sí? So it has a food market. Tiene espectáculos or shows de salsa, tango, flamenco, etc. Por ejemplo, Buenos Aires tiene 2 aeropuertos. Montevideo tiene muchos shows de tango. Nazca tiene pocos restaurantes. As you can see, we can use el verbo tener in the third person singular, tiene, to describe what we can find in a city, what a city has to offer, or what it doesn't in the case that we negate the verb. Pregunta número 4. ¿Qué hay en la ciudad? What is there in the city? ¿Qué significa hay? Sí, en español, ¿sabes? Recuerda, remember that it means there is and there are. So we only have one option for these two options in English. You have to always say I, okay? So I, we always use it in the third person singular, in the present tense, I, and it means both, there is and there are. Por ejemplo, en Buenos Aires hay 2 aeropuertos. En Montevideo hay muchos shows de tango. En Nazca hay pocos restaurantes. En Lima hay una plaza principal. ¿Hay hoteles? Are there any hotels? Sí, hay. Yes, there are. ¿Hay aeropuerto? Is there an airport? No, no hay. No, there isn't. As you can see, we can use exactly the same vocabulary that we were using with el verbo tener, but we say something slightly different. We're talking about the existence of things. We can ask if there is something. Yes, is there hotels in this, or are there hotels in this city? Is there an airport in this city? And you can see it's slightly similar, slightly different, but similar with tener. ¿Tiene aeropuertos? Does it have airports? Or is there an airport in the city?
Now I'm going to describe to you my favorite city. Let's see how much you can understand.
Mi ciudad favorita es Madrid, porque es una ciudad grande y cosmopolita. Me gusta la cultura, la historia y los edificios antiguos de Madrid. Es una ciudad limpia y organizada. Tiene un aeropuerto, muchas bicicletas públicas en toda la ciudad, autobuses y mercados de comida y artesanías. Madrid es una ciudad multicultural y la comida es muy variada. La paella es la especialidad de Madrid y es deliciosa. También tiene muchos lugares turísticos interesantes como el Palacio Real de Madrid, la Catedral de la Almudena, el Museo del Prado, el Paseo del Sol, el Museo de Arte de la Reina Sofía, la Iglesia de los Jerónimos, la Puerta de Alcalá, la Plaza Mayor y el Parque del Retiro. La ciudad tiene muchos restaurantes, galerías de arte, iglesias, catedrales y palacios. Madrid tiene shows de flamenco en los tablaos y muchos bares y discotecas. La gente es muy amable, sociable y divertida. A los madrileños les gusta salir con amigos al bar, ir de compras y tomar el sol.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the class and I want you to tell me in the comments what's your favorite city? ¿Cuál es tu ciudad favorita? And can you describe it using the vocabulary that we have learned today? Let me know in the comments below. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next class. Adiós.
Oye, ¿en dónde te quedaste de ver con Ana ayer?
En el centro. Por ahí queda muy cerca nuestro bar favorito. Pero me canceló.
Ay,
Se quedó en su casa haciendo tarea.
qué lástima. Bueno, pero al menos la playera que usabas te quedaba bien. Lo sé por las fotos que me mandaste.
Sí, es esta misma.
Sí, wow, sí, lo veo.
Oh, por cierto, quedaste de mandarme las fotos de tus tenis nuevos.
Oh, de hecho, mira, son estos.
Oh, ok. Espera. La próxima vez deberíamos ir a comprar ropa juntos.
Por supuesto, ya quedamos, ¿eh?
Va.
Hello there, my beautiful, beautiful friends of SpanishBall101.com. As you might know, my name is Diego.
And I'm Efrain.
And in today's video, we're going to check 10 different uses of the verb quedar. Some of them are actually just used in Mexico. So,
Okay.
guys, if you are interested, enjoy this video. Woo! Okay, guys, so now the verb quedar. Normally, this verb is translated as to stay.
Yeah.
However, did you know that we have, apart from stay, 9 more uses of this verb? Well, at least in Mexican Spanish, we do. And in this video, we're going to show it, each one of them.
Okay, like to stay, quédate.
Like right now, it is very common to hear quédate en casa, right? Like stay at home. Quédate en casa. So that's the most common translation of quedar. To stay.
Okay, so now let's talk about the first use of quedar. And we usually use quedar when we are talking about the way the clothes fit us.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
We have a couple of examples like esa playera te queda muy bien.
Ya lo sé, muchas gracias. Or, esa playera te queda un poquito holgada.
Todo me queda holgado. Todo.
Yeah, tienes razón. Okay, guys, so now the next use of quedar is to be left or to remain. Now be careful because in this case, quedar could be used as a pronominal or rather a reflexive verb.
Yeah.
That is that it needs a reflexive pronoun. Remember that the pronouns are me, te, se, nos, and again, se. Okay? So, let's see a couple of examples.
Me quedan 20 pesos en la cartera. Me quedan 20 pesos en la cartera. The next one. No puedo ir a la fiesta. Me queda mucho trabajo por hacer. Me queda mucho trabajo por hacer.
It's a shame, man.
No podré ir a la fiesta.
Many girls, no boys. It's a shame.
Man.
Okay, guys, now you can also use the verb quedar with to be left. However, you can also use it without the reflexive pronoun. That is without me, te, and se. Normally we use it. It doesn't have any meaning actually, but you use it to make it personal. Now you can just drop the pronoun, the reflexive pronoun, to make something more general, and that's still correct. For example,
Quedan 2 litros de cerveza en el refri.
¿qué? Ayer quedaban 3.
Pues quedan 2 litros de cerveza en el refri. Y son míos.
Okay, guys, now the third use of quedar is that you can use it for agreements, but rather this is for agreements to meet, okay? And in this case, you use this verb with the prepositions either de or con for a person.
Yeah.
Let's see a couple of examples.
Mi novia y yo quedamos de vernos con amigos mañana en la tarde. Mi novia y yo quedamos de vernos con amigos mañana en la tarde.
Nice.
Ujú.
Good.
Quedé con mi hermana de ver una película mañana. Quedé con mi hermana de ver una película mañana. So, mañana tengo muchas cosas que hacer. A ver,
Crazy.
porque sí, dije que quedé con mi novia y con
y luego tu hermana.
Ajá.
Muchos compromisos. Another use of quedar is that you can use it for demonstrating the reputation of someone. And this is especially true after or as a consequence of his behavior or circumstances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. For example, Armando quedó como un cobarde al huir de la pelea. Armando quedó como un cobarde al huir de la pelea.
Don't be like Armando.
Oh.
No.
Okay, the next one. Me da miedo quedar como un tonto frente a la chica que me gusta. Me da miedo quedar como un tonto frente a la chica que me gusta.
Like you did with Natalie.
Don't bring that. Okay, don't bring that up. Okay.
As you can see here, guys, you need to use the preposition como with this. Okay? So you use como and then the adjective. Like como un tonto or
Como un cobarde.
Como un cobarde. Yeah.
Quedé como un valiente al quedarme a la pelea. Como un valiente. El valiente.
That's not you, man.
This is just an example.
This is just an example. Another use of quedar, guys, is when you use it with the gerund. In this case, you use the pronominal or once again reflexive verb of quedar, as we covered before. But now this time you use it with a gerund, and this is for expressing that an action keeps being performed or to keep doing an action.
Okay.
For example,
Después de grabar el video, me quedé hablando con Diego. Después de grabar el video, me quedé hablando con Diego.
good.
Ajá. Ok, another one. Me quedé caminando la noche entera después de tener esa plática tan profunda. Me quedé caminando la noche entera después de tener esa plática tan profunda.
Impresionante.
So, both of them are connected.
Yeah, I see.
Me quedé hablando con Diego y después me quedé caminando porque necesitaba pensar.
So deep, man. Very good. Okay, the next use of quedar is that you can use it for impressions. And normally you use the adverb bien or mal and plus the preposition con and someone. Okay?
Okay.
So remember, quedar, and this is for impressions. You can either use bien or mal plus con and a person. For example,
Sandra quedó mal con sus amigos al no pagar el dinero que les debía. Once again, Sandra quedó mal con sus amigos al no pagar el dinero que les debía. Bien, the next one. Quedé bien con mis suegros cuando les invité la cena. Quedé bien con mis suegros cuando les invité la cena.
nice tip.
Okay.
Okay, guys, another meaning of quedar is when you use it for the meaning of to stay in a place voluntarily or forced. And normally you use it as a pronominal or reflexive verb.
Yeah.
For example,
Me quedé en la oficina terminando el trabajo. Me quedé en la oficina terminando el trabajo. Another one. Me quedé en casa porque estaba cansado. Me quedé en casa porque estaba cansado.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, another use of quedar is when you use it for locations. Okay, so for locations, for example,
For example, mi casa queda lejos de aquí. Mi casa queda lejos de aquí.
don't be a liar, you leave like 10 minutes by car.
Like 15. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
what a big difference.
Okay, the next one. ¿Sabes dónde queda el antro La Puri? ¿Sabes dónde queda el antro La Puri?
Sí, y tú también sabes.
No, I don't know.
Ya,
No.
también sabes.
No.
Another use very common for quedar is when you are conveying the idea of possessions. And in this case, you use it as a reflexive or pronominal verb.
Ya. For example, yo me quedo con 5 pesos y tú te quedas con 1 peso.
That's not fair at all.
I don't care. Yo me quedo con 5 pesos y tú te quedas con 1 peso. Y bueno, yo me quedo con la cámara. Yo me quedo con la cámara.
I bought it. It's mine. The last use of quedar is precisely to mean to finish or to end up.
Ya.
Now, for this, we have two different examples. The first one.
Bien. Todo quedó en solamente un susto. Todo quedó en solamente un susto.
Fortunately.
Ok, another one. Con tanta medicina quedó loco. Con tanta medicina quedó loco. O another one. Después del golpe quedó tonto.
Todo tonto.
Después del golpe quedó todo tonto.
Very good. Now, guys, let's do here the quick summary. Remember that the verb quedar could be used as its reflexive or pronominal form or not. Generally, if you use the reflexive or the pronominal form, it doesn't necessarily convey the idea of doing something to yourself, but rather to make the verb more personal. Now, as we saw, we have a wide range of meanings for using the verb quedar. But normally, we can say that it can be used with either adjectives, people, or a subject, or an object.
Okay.
Very good.
That's it for today. My family of Spanish pod. Diego, I'm
What-
gonna die.
What's happening? Man, what's happening?
Ahora mismo, en el ocaso de mi vida, antes de morir, solo me queda un deseo.
Claro, ¿cuál es, amigo? Dime.
Que compartan este video, den su pulgar arriba, se suscriban a este canal y lo compartan mucho, siempre. Bye, Diego.
Bye. And don't forget to get your free PDF cheat sheets at SpanishBall101.com.
Ajá.
See you in our next video, guys.
That's it for today, my beautiful family of SpanishPod101.com. Diego, I'm dying.
What's happening, man? You okay?
En el ocaso de mi vida, solo me queda un último deseo.
Claro, amigo. ¿Cuál es ese?
Share this video, give us your thumbs up, write your comments down there, subscribe to this beautiful channel, and click on the notifications so you know when we upload a new video.
Good.
Oh man, I will die. See you.
Don't forget to get your free PDF cheat sheet at SpanishBall101.com and see you in our next video, guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking with friends. After watching this video, you'll be able to have a casual conversation with a friend, and to say something is super. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Oye, mire ese auto.
Órale, está muy padre.
Once more with the English translation.
Oye, mire ese auto.
Hey, look at that car.
Órale, está muy padre.
Wow, that's super cool. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, Hey, look at that car. That's,
Oye, mire ese auto.
Listen to it again.
Oye, mira ese auto. Oye, mira ese auto.
Now, how do you respond to this? First of all, you'll need to learn how to say wow. That's
Órale.
Órale.
Then you'll need to learn how to say that's super adjective. The pattern is
Está muy.
adjective. This Spanish sentence literally translates as it's very adjective. But it means that's super adjective. For example, that's super cool.
Está muy padre. Está muy padre.
Here are a few more words you can use with the same pattern to talk about something. Cool,
Padre. Padre.
cool,
Padre.
beautiful,
Hermoso. Hermoso. Hermosa. Hermosa.
beautiful,
Hermoso. Hermosa.
new,
Nuevo. Nuevo.
Nueva. Nueva.
new,
Nuevo.
Nueva.
nice,
Bonito. Bonito.
Bonita. Bonita.
nice,
Bonito.
Bonita.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Oye, mire ese auto. Está muy hermoso.
Hey, look at that car.
Oye, mire ese auto.
That's super beautiful.
Está muy hermoso. Oye, mire ese auto.
Está muy nuevo.
Hey, look at that car.
Oye, mire ese auto.
That's super new.
Está muy nuevo.
Oye, mire ese auto.
Está muy bonito.
Hey, look at that car.
Oye, mire ese auto.
That's super nice.
Está muy bonito.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, hey, look at that car?
Oye, mire ese auto.
Imagine you want to say something is super beautiful. Do you remember how to say beautiful?
Hermoso. Hermoso.
Say, that's super beautiful.
Está muy hermoso.
Now respond using beautiful.
Oye, mire ese auto. Está muy hermoso.
Now imagine you want to say something is super new. Do you remember how to say new?
Nuevo. Nuevo.
Say, that's super new.
Está muy nuevo.
Now respond using new.
Oye, mire ese auto.
Está muy nuevo.
Now imagine you want to say something is super nice. Do you remember how to say nice?
Bonito. Bonito.
Say, that's super nice.
Está muy bonito.
Now respond using nice.
Oye, mire ese auto.
Está muy bonito.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use to talk with friends. You're now able to have a casual conversation like a native speaker. Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to learn a language in 2022. If you're planning to learn a language in 2022, then this episode is for you, especially if you want to finally succeed with your New Year's resolution, instead of failing or giving up in the next week or two. That's why today you'll discover 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language, and 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. But first, if you're looking for some free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Going to the Mountains Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn all the must-know words and phrases for hiking and camping with this new cheat sheet. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. Master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, what's your New Year's resolution? With this bonus phrase list, you'll learn to say common goals like read more, save money, and learn a language. Fourth, the Winter Words and Phrases Writing Workbook. You'll learn over 60 words and phrases for the winter and holiday season and practice writing them with this printable PDF writing workbook. Download it for free right now. Fifth, must-know email words and phrases. Learn how to say email, reply, spam, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to learn a language in 2022. Part 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language. Every time you start a new language, you should start with 1. Goals, 2. Anchor points, 3. Grammar, 4. Reading. What are these 4 steps, and why do you need them to succeed with language learning? Let's jump in. The first one is goals. Everything starts with a goal, but your goal itself can also lead you to failure if you don't set it the right way. So more specifically, you need to set small, measurable monthly goals instead of just, I want to learn a language and be fluent this year. We'll cover goals in the second part of this episode, so stay tuned. After goals, the second step is setting anchor points. What are anchor points? Imagine a small ship in the middle of a big lake. It's windy, lots of waves, and the ship is bobbing up and down, drifting all around. What would you use to stop the ship from drifting away? An anchor. And just like an anchor keeps the ship in place, anchor points keep you from drifting away from your language. So an anchor point is a connection to the language that keeps you attached to the language and motivated to learn the language. One great example is language school. Imagine you signed up and paid thousands of dollars up front. Paying that much would motivate you to make the most of your time there. It's also a big commitment, one that you can't easily back out of. And school dictates your schedule. You have to wake up early, you have to do homework. Your life revolves around the classes. And as such, language school and the language itself become anchor points that your life revolves around. Anchor points can also be family or a partner that speaks the language you're learning. You're around them, you're exposed to the language, so your motivation to learn gets a bit stronger. Buying a language learning program or textbook are also examples of good anchor points. You invested your hard-earned money, which means you're serious about learning. Plus, you want to make sure your investment doesn't go to waste, so you're more motivated. If you're wondering if you have any anchor points, you already have at least one. You're watching our lessons on YouTube, but the more anchor points you have, the stronger your motivation will be. So if you're into music or TV shows in your target language, those can serve as anchor points too. These are things that connect you to the language and add a bit of motivation to learn more, or at the very least, understand what you're watching or listening to. We covered goals and anchor points. What's next? The third step is you must have a good grasp of grammar of your native language. Now, you might wonder, if you're learning a new language, why focus on your native language? Well, as native speakers, the problem is we know what good grammar sounds like, but we can't explain how or why our language works the way it works. So if you don't have a good grasp of grammar, the backbone or the rules of a language, then you'll have a tough time learning a new language. You'll jump in and start learning words and phrases, but you'll never learn how to put them together and make sentences. That's a common problem beginners have. Now, if you already know the grammar of your native language, how do you apply that to your target language? For example, if you're an English speaker, and if you know that English sentences follow the subject, verb, object pattern, and if you know that languages have specific sentence patterns, then you'd go look at patterns. Then you'd have a good idea of how to create your own sentences, instead of learning random words first. Finally, the fourth step is reading. Reading is good simply because you can do it anywhere, anytime, and without a teacher. It's a skill you can get started on day one, on your own. Reading also tends to spill over into other areas. The more you read, the more words and grammar rules you come across, so you boost your vocabulary and grammar, which can seep into speaking and listening. If you read out loud, you're practicing two skills at once. Now, we've covered what you need: goals, anchor points, reading, and grammar. Setting anchor points, knowing your own grammar, and reading are simple enough, but how do you set goals that don't lead you to failure? Part 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. The goal that you set can make or break your language learning journey, so setting the right goals makes all the difference between success and failure. Just think about all of the common New Year's resolutions. What comes to mind? Goals like, I want to be fluent someday. I want to speak the language. I want to lose weight. I want to save more money. These big, vague goals often lead to failure because you simply have no idea how to approach the goal and you don't know what you're aiming for. Instead, your goals should be small, measurable, and monthly. For example, speak 1 minute of conversation by the end of the month. Learn 100 words by the end of the month. Finish chapter 1 of your language textbook by the end of the month. If you're using our program, finish 20 audio lessons by the end of the month. All of these are small and specific. 1 minute, 100 words, 1 chapter, 20 audio lessons. This means that they're easy to reach, unlike something vague like fluency. They're also measurable. You know when you reach 1 minute. You can check if you know all 100 words or if you finished all 20 lessons. If you aim for fluency, you won't know when you hit it. It's too vague and too big of a goal, and it may take years to hit. Finally, all of these goals have a deadline, the end of the month. That would mean January 31st of this year. Deadlines give you a clear date to aim for, and without one, you'll forever be floating around without much progress. So set a deadline for the end of every month. So now that you know how to set small, measurable monthly goals, leave us a comment. What's your small, measurable monthly goal, and what's the deadline? So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to learn a language in pairs. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Want to learn your target language fast and understand native conversations, even if you're a beginner? In this Learning Strategies video, you'll learn all about the line-by-line dialogue, a powerful study tool that 1. Makes understanding conversations a breeze for beginners, and 2. improves your speaking, listening, reading, and even writing skills. But first, if you don't yet have access to this tool and our lessons, just click the link down in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now. 1. What is the line-by-line dialogue exactly? The line-by-line dialogue is a study tool that makes absorbing conversations easier, and you'll find it in all of our audio lessons inside of our learning program. It breaks down the conversations you learn in our lessons into individual lines so that you don't get overwhelmed. For each line, you get the text in the target language, the translations, and audio pronunciation, so you can listen to each line, read along, and understand every single word. And you can also use the line-by-line dialogue to perfect your speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills. How? Take a look. 2. How to improve your speaking skills. The easiest way to start speaking on your own is to shadow what you hear, meaning repeat what you hear as you play each line. Just press the audio icon next to each line to hear it and shadow along. Next, if you want to perfect your pronunciation, click on the microphone icon to start recording. Then record and compare your pronunciation with the native speakers. These tactics get you speaking in minutes, and if you apply these to every lesson, you'll be speaking a lot more of your target language. Next, here's how you master listening. Since the line-by-line dialogue is a line-by-line breakdown of the conversation, you can listen to each line separately, as much as you want. Click on the audio icon to listen again and again and review the script. Read along so that you can pick apart every word. That way, you can understand those fast, native-level conversations and never miss a word. 4. Here's how you can practice reading. As you listen to the conversation, read along line by line. And if you don't know a word, click on the translations. They're right there in the line-by-line dialogue. You can even read with the Romanized script to help you sound out the words. And finally, here's how you can practice writing. Now, this advice is not something you'll hear very often because it's so simple. It's so simple that most people don't even think of doing it. Here it is. Just grab a pen and copy the lesson dialogue down into a notebook. The big benefit here is there's no writer's block. You don't have to worry about what to write. It's all there for you. So, if you want to learn your target language faster, understand native-level conversations, and improve your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills, then get free access to the line-by-line dialogue. Sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. You want to understand real-life conversations in your target language, right? Well, what if you could immerse yourself in conversations and listen to them as much as you want, like you would music, and start understanding and speaking more of your target language? Well, you can do all of this with the dialogue track. And in this video, you'll discover how the dialogue track, 1, immerses you in the language, 2, helps you memorize conversations easily, and 3, gets you speaking more. But if you don't have access to our lessons and the dialogue track, then sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. First, what is the dialogue track? The dialogue track is a quick 10 to 30-second audio track with just the conversation of the lesson. Let's say you're doing a 5-minute lesson about ordering food at a restaurant. First, you hear a conversation. Then our teachers explain every grammar rule and translate every word. And by the end, you know what it all means. Now, if you want to re-listen to that conversation without retaking the whole lesson, that's where the dialogue track comes in. It gives you just the conversation without any translations, so you can re-listen to the conversation or download to review at a later time. Second, here's what makes the dialogue track so powerful. First, you remember the conversations easier. Just listen on repeat, like you would with a song, and the words, phrases, and grammar rules will stick better. And the more you come back to re-listen, the better it will all stick. Second, you improve your listening skills and can immerse yourself in the language. Imagine you've finished 20 lessons, and you downloaded 20 dialogue tracks to your phone. That's 20 conversations. Create a playlist and play those 20 tracks as you're going about your day. You'll immerse yourself in the language and quickly improve your listening skills. Third, you start to speak more of your target language. So if you have 10, 20, or 100 dialogue tracks like that, then you have 10, 20, or 100 conversations that you'll know inside out and that you can use in real life. And as a result, you end up speaking more of your target language. So, if you want to start understanding conversations, take advantage of the dialogue tracks, which are available inside every one of our audio lessons. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Going to the Mountains Conversation Cheat Sheet. You'll learn all the must-know words and phrases for hiking and camping with this new cheat sheet. Download it for free right now. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. You'll master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, what's your New Year's resolution? With this bonus phrase list, you'll learn to say common goals like read more, save money, and learn a language. Fourth, the Winter Words and Phrases Writing Workbook. You'll learn over 60 words and phrases for the winter and holiday season and practice writing them with this printable PDF writing workbook. Download it for free right now. Fifth, must-know email words and phrases. Learn how to say email, reply, spam, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Sixth, looking for a new language learning app? With the Innovative 101 app, you learn language fast and start speaking in minutes because the audio and video lessons are just 3 to 15 minutes long. Learning is that easy. Download Innovative 101 for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get 55% off 24-month premium with our extended holiday deal. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.